Good morning and happy Motivation Monday. Just a reminder, your phones will be on mute for the presentation. If you have any questions, please feel free to raise your hand in the chat and I'll try to address them at the end if possible. I'm Tammy Stencil, the Field Development Manager with AHCP. Dan is working closely with an agency off-site today, so he asked me to jump in and help. I work closely with Dan, and he asked me to cover this week's Motivation Monday about effective time management. We start our morning off with an inspirational quote from Stephen Covey. Time management is really a misnomer. The challenge is not to manage time, but to manage ourselves. The key is not to prioritize what's on your schedule, but to click your priorities. To schedule your priorities. Sorry. So, happy Motivation Monday. For those that are new or those that have been with us before, here's our common layout for what we do. We do a brief review of last week's tip, and then we will continue on to a new tip of the week, whether it be a retention idea, important dates, or carrier information. So last week's tip of the week was NHIC short-term changes. Michigan is now 6 months. Montana, no association is available. This week's tip of the week is a reminder. Plan your year for 2016 with your FFM registration. You are responsible for submitting your FFM certificate to the carrier and completing all necessary requirements to sell for those upcoming open enrollment. If you have any questions about the process, please feel free to call agency services. The number is 877-228-8773. It is recommended that you contact the carrier direct to clarify any requirements you may need to meet. So this is the AHCP sales trend of the week. There was an increase in major medical. The top carrier for policy sold was Coventry, as well as a few Aetnas. Agents are still able to find those special enrollments for their clients. We all know that life takes changes at times. And then short-term, there was an increase for short-term medical. The top carriers for policies sold was NHIC. Accident, General Agent Center VBA is leading the pack with sales with their great affordable accident plans. And critical illness, there was an increase this week. The critical illness sales was with NHIC TrioMed. It looks like agents are making sure that they are getting their upselling done with the critical illness TrioMed as well as the short term. There was a decrease in the dental. The top carrier for dental was Golden Rule. I like to be able to do a kudos for our sales agents. This week, a shout out goes to the agents who are still finding those special enrollments for major medical. We have Victor Kravowski, who is multi-state licensed and has multiple plans to extend out to his customers, and Jonathan Roylamp, who is also multi-state licensed. For short-term and ancillary sales, we have a newer agent to AHCP in just the last month, Brian Jarovitz. He's had some really great production and offers some great options to meet his customers' needs with some short-term NHIC as well as ancillary. And Jacob Gordon, he's been with AHCP a bit longer, finding his way to set his clients up with accidents and short-term plans. So that starts this week's sales techniques. It's about effective time management. It increases your sales. It helps you work smarter, not harder. And it helps you create a successful growth habit and gives you the control in your career. Best salespeople don't get better leads, but have better customers because they spend their time wisely. These are just a point of what's in it for them. Increase sales, work smarter, not harder, create successful growth habits, and control your career. There's some benchmarks for an idea of managing where your time should be spent. 41% selling by the phone or face-to-face. 24% generating those leads, researching accounts. 19% meet with meetings or administrative tasks, and 16% on other tasks like service calls, training, etc. And then we have some sales techniques with effective time managing for scheduling everything. Plan how many hours you're going to work, categorize tasks, prospecting, admin, emails, sales, meetings, and block it off realistically with time goals of 15 minutes to 30 minutes. You cannot carry all the information in your head, and when occupied, the items you should be touching on can be easily forgotten. To get a handle on how you really spend your time, document it. Start with the beginning of a week, go through and just document how much time you're spending on each one of your tasks. That'll give you an idea of what you need to do to tailor and tweak things a little for the rest of the week. You know, it helps with planning your workday. Think ahead before you leave the office. What do you need to focus on the next day? Make a list. Keep track of what you need to do and what you have done. Will help you clear your mind for a task at hand. A simple online countdown timer, key in the amount of time you want to track it, example 15 minutes, 30 minutes, and it'll count down in the background. When the time's up, the timer will beep. It's a great way to be aware of your time spent. Some agents and projects will be more difficult, or some tasks and projects will be more difficult to complete. You can take additional time. By recognizing this, you allow yourself to organize accordingly. Tackle the most important items first. Clear those out. Be on a daily basis. Allow yourself time to focus on the large projects. This will keep you from getting overwhelmed when the deadline approaches. And leave buffer time in between. Don't pack everything so closely together. Leave 5 to 10 minutes buffer time in between each task. This will help you wrap up and prevent tasks and start off the next one. Since you can't do everything, learn to prioritize the important and let go of the rest. And then stick to one task at a time. Do not multitask. You're stealing time. Focus 100% of your efforts on what you're doing. Turn off all distractions, the TV, phone, email, and be disciplined. What takes away your time at work? Facebook, Twitter, email checking. Stop checking them so often. One thing you can do is make it hard to check them. Remove them from your browser, quick links. Bookmark and stuff them in a hard-to-access bookmark folder. Replace your browser bookmarks with important work-related sites. While you'll still be checking Facebook or Twitter, no doubt, you'll find it lowers frequency than before. Gotta be disciplined. Focus 100% of your efforts on what you're doing. Are you multitasking so much that you're just not getting anything done? If so, focus on just one key task at a time. Close off all applications you aren't using. Close off the tabs in your browser that are taking away your attention, and focus solely on what you're doing. Be more efficient that way. Don't take on more than you can handle. For the distractions that come in when you're doing other things, give a firm no or defer to it at a later period. And then effective time management with doing your least favorite thing first. Naturally, humans get through the first thing the quickest. Guarantees that it gets it done and leaves time for things that you like more. Doing your least favorite thing first, we tend to drag our feet and procrastinate on things we don't like doing, and it's a huge time waster. The sooner you get it off your plate, the more it'll free up your time for things that you like to do or don't mind doing. Prioritize between important and unimportant tasks. Our least favorite part of being in sales is performing non-revenue generating activities such as handling the customer's issues, processing sales paperwork, etc. Scheduling a specific time each day to handle these issues will save you some time and relieve some stress. Handling time-consuming issues that pop up during the day is not always optimal. If a customer needs your help with a complicated request, don't drop what you're doing to address it. We all want to take great care of our customers. However, wasting too much time and energy trying to switch back and forth from task to task will leave you feeling drained. Scheduling 1 hour per day from 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. to handle any issues that accumulate throughout the day can work wonders. Whether it's simply turning in a sales paperwork or responding to an in-depth customer concern, simply wait until that hour to process it. That way, you're able to truly focus on cold calling or running appointments with no opportunity for distraction. This will leave time for things you like more. And then setting realistic time goals. Don't count the time till it's done. It builds health pressure. Let you know when the next task should be happening and keep focused. Setting realistic time goals, be clear that you need to finish X project or task by 10 a.m. or Y task by 3 p.m. and Z item by 5:30 p.m. This prevents your work from dragging on and eating into time reserved for other activities and adding additional stress. Don't count the time till it's done. When you target to be on time, you'll either be on time or late. Most of the times you'll be late. However, if you target to be early, you'll most likely be on time. For appointments, strive to be early. For your deadlines, submit them earlier than required. Add a reminder on your Outlook calendar, your calendar on your phone, your CRM. Most digital calendars like Outlook and Google, you can add an alarm reminder. Adding an alarm to your calendars will trigger you to stop one task and move to the next. Manage your time. Do not let your time manage you. And streamlining is great. Streamline those repeatable tasks. Create a cold calling script. Get in the groove of things. Create email templates. Streamlining is great with not reinventing the wheel for the same task you do multiple times. Have a cold call script. Keep it short and sweet. Keeps you from fumbling and stammering your words. It flows smoother once you get your comfort level down of what you plan to say. Hi, Bob. This is Tammy with AHCP. I'm just trying to follow up on a request that you put in. My number is 503-459-0457. Again, my name is Tammy. We work with all major carriers in whatever state Bob's in. Give me a call back at 503-459-0457. Nice, smooth, and streamlined. You can make that same voicemail over and over and over again if you're having a hard time connecting with your customers that day. Setting up a custom signature on your email. Have a template created and set it up if you're communicating the same thing out to many people. And then use technology. Technology is a great time saver. You have to research something. Goodness knows, everybody knows and uses Google. Reduce time tasks on non-income producing tasks. Helps keep you organized. We have Agent Cube. Agent Cube is phenomenal. It helps you do that follow-up with the customer, lets you know where the policy is at, lets you do a touchback on new leads or previous customers. Little pop-ups come up and helps you stay on track with being able to reach out, know when that next phone call is scheduled, know when that next meeting is scheduled. For any questions about Motivation Monday or anything in regards to new carriers, products, any sales tips or techniques, please feel free. You can email us at training@ahcpsales.com. So if there's any questions from today or anything you want me to have Dan cover next Monday, please don't be shy. Reach out on the email address below. It goes directly to a training box that Dan checks daily. So if you have any questions, I guarantee about 15 other people will have about the same. So please feel free, reach out to training@ahcpsales.com. And then I want to say thank you for joining us today. For closing up today's Weekly Motivation Monday, a quote from Zig Ziglar: "People often complain about the lack of time when the lack of direction is the real problem. Be ready and make a plan. Plan, then take action, then follow up, and you'll see the results. Have a great sales week, and we look forward to hearing from you. Thank you for joining."